No, I've never stayed there. I was not even one night. So I don't even know the geography now. Somebody else will have to show you what it looks like. It was too big. I mean, I just have my wife and the two small kids at home and our house help. And we don't like how many bedrooms and sitting areas. Nice and too far. This is the presidential wing. This is the state guest house. Everything on this side is the same. Close one is on the other side. Okay, so let's do. These facilities are member.
Mr. President, the Vice President, Mr. Elect, members of the team, first of all, let me thank you for the courtesy of this visit. I know how pressed you are, that you've been able to find time to go through this, such a formality, but an important formality. I think that what the world has seen, and what we ourselves are actors in, is the continuity of our institutions in Ghana. And that is a matter that should give a great deal of comfort and reassurance, first of all, to our own population and people, that the democratic edifice that they have built continues to be solidified and consolidated. It is extremely important for the future of our country that those of us who are called upon to play leadership roles in that journey show the spirit that you have shown ever since the result of this election became clear. It is to your credit, and at the appropriate time, the Ghanaian people will honor you for the grace and the dignity with which you've accepted what happened on the 7th of December. And then for the cooperation that, by and large, we have also received from you in this exercise. It's difficult and it's sensitive to how difficult it is to go through the transitional exercise that we're all going to. But I believe that the spirit which is animated is a spirit that is essentially about Ghana and not about parties or about ourselves, but how to make sure that the Ghanaian project stays on course and we continue to govern ourselves as a free people on the basis of free political and democratic institutions. So I've never been here before. This is my very first time. Even though I had quite a lot to do with the whole concept. Yeah. Because the initial discussions with the Indian government, Anand Sharma at the time was the foreign minister of India. It was the two of us who actually initially proposed the whole concept, and they would help us for our Jubilee year construct this edifice. But I never had the opportunity to come. So I'm looking forward eagerly to see what has come out of that initial initiative that was taken. And I have no doubt that everything is in order. So I'm grateful to you. People came with me. Grateful to you for extending.
Welcome you, President-elect Nana Akufo-Addo, and the Vice President-elect and members of your entourage to the seat of government. It's the presidency and everything that comprises it is formally referred to as Government House, but this complex is a Flagstaff House, and this is where you're going to be working from. And so I thought that in advance of the formal inauguration, we should meet here together and conduct you around so that you familiarize yourself with the establishment and what it all entails. The Chief of Staff and all his technical people are here to walk you through, any information that you would wish to know. Government House is made up of several properties, the Flagstaff House and the Villa, which is behind here. We'll get to see it soon. It's got the Vice President's block, and it's got a utility block here that includes a banquet hall and an administration block behind it. And then it's got the old Kwame Nkrumah original Flagstaff House. It's currently in a state of disrepair, but the intention was to, refurbish it and use it for state events or something like that. But aside from that, you have the State House complex, which is currently on the grounds of Parliament, including the banquet hall. You have the Black Star Square, it's all part of Office of the President. You have the Pedwasi Lodge and several other, properties. You have the Flagstaff House annex, which is near the Ghana Maritime Authority. But the Administrator General and the Office of Chief of Staff will furnish you with all those and walk you through what they all stand for. But let me thank you for the cooperation we've had. I believe that with every step that we take in respect of our elections and transition of power, it consolidates further Ghana's democratic credentials, and all of us, both incoming and outgoing administration, can take a pride that Ghana has become synonymous with democracy, not only in Africa, but I guess the whole world. And I believe that the cooperation that we have shown each other in terms of the transition process is one that should continue. I have said before that Ghana's success is all our success, and we need to work to ensure that government is a continuum and that we continue to build on whatever an outgoing government leaves and another government comes and takes over and builds on it. Governments will come and go, but Ghana must continue to progress. And so let me warmly welcome you and to express the appreciation of my team and I, for the cooperation that we have enjoyed so far with your side of the transition team.
Oh, well, I think it's an identity that we are trying to create. As a state, we look at the international image that we build, and then how we want to recognize ourselves. You go to US, they'll call it White House. We've heard of Wall Street. We've heard of Nigeria is Castle Rock or something. Yeah. So it's an identity or an image that they try to build. I don't know its relevance per se, but I think to some extent it adds some morale to the work, and then it brands the country in the international arena. Well, in my opinion, I would say that the name doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's the work or the delivery. So if you're able to create an image in the globe, Jubilee, it has a significance. Flagstaff, it has a significance. But most importantly, how we relate with them, and then how well we work will help us maintain any good image at all. Flagstaff or Jubilee is just an identity we give to the seat of the presidency or the house where power is bestowed. So going for Flagstaff, Jubilee, anyone goes. Well, changing the name it will set so much political tone in the system that anytime there's change in government, we get a whole lot of things changing. I think the most important thing that's supposed to change is the attitude, not just the identity or the tag. The tag is not very relevant, but then the attitude there, the behavior of the body is most important than the identity.
All right, to me, I think the Flagstaff House to be okay, because when you go to the state like this, the name of the office that the president does is where that is called the White House. So me, I think the Flagstaff House will be okay for me. Yeah, that is what I think. I heard on the news that it was taken out by the president, our president on it. It was taken around to show him the whole Flagstaff of the place. So I don't know if it will be comfortable for him to sit there, but maybe he can change his mind at any time.
Jubilee House, Flagstaff House. I'm not sure I really care about what's the name where the president works, as long as they're efficient. Because SHS was 3 years, now it's 4 years, then it was 3 years. We didn't see the efficiency. Students were disturbed, parents were disturbed. All what matters to me is the efficiency of the presidency. That's all. Flagstaff House, Jubilee House. Why don't we just go with what we have, Flagstaff House?
Okay, so on the 6th of January 2016, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., emergency prophetic all night with Prophet Victor Kusi Boating, Power Cathedral Junction, Esuoyebo Kumasi, and Baso. And then a very good morning to, good morning as well as a happy birthday, Ellen Chikodu. Ellen Chikodu, happy birthday to you. Eju Sika Nausu. Ellen, happy birthday, and Koma El Kwanshon Kusukran. Samson, head of security, Mr. Kofi Gamo, Obuase, Machawa Nope, thanks for watching Badwam on Adom TV. But lucky about clinic access one day, Jumediation Kwaba, and the only Padudo na Apo Mudionsem na Bibia so kama a day more. ABR person lucky about for credit command sana wako bia one number near 0277465855 and that's 0243201244. Person lucky about for kasa numbers number 0277465855 and that's 0243201244. Now only one akasa. Royal Lighting Investment is a Kania hu juma na wudi nkwa de abrawana so yo na ne onbedi nkita ho say outdoor lights be say wall lights, ceiling lights, exquisite and antique chandeliers, bricks, wall lights, spotlights, recess lights, and in-ground lights, garden lights, gate lights, table lamps, and pendants and so on. And which is no one designer switches and so on, exit and emergency lights, as well as bulbs and tubes. Fluorescent lights, distribution boxes, and the breakers. Nina Unyabio. Correction on the track by Bachona off Spinters Road, Kane, Neck, and Siluga. A year a dynamic Ben Bachona total. For 0302 816 310 and 0302 816 311 and 0543 909433. Yaka and Kania Fedia. Then we are talking about a Royal Lightning Investment. Wasem Aniake, Bachona of the Splinters Road. And one Bachona total. One also has a Monday to Friday. Say Mpensenpensenmu or Badwam. I make out say and exclusive coverage for a year. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in Koma, the last one. Only a year Ghana for ABD. To make sure say overshare Adom TV Badwam extension a brand president yeah president Nancy Metrato Okra Obekache Ghana so feature also econo the Ebekoso Ghana Brashi Badwam Independence Square about the inauguration of Parliament, the new one, and the president elect Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So all our affiliates, all our platforms, Joy FM, Adom FM, Asempa FM, Inshira, Love FM, online, Joy Online, Adom Online, Asempa Online, and Adom TV, Nina, Yedi, Ebebro, Award. Kofi Afichapa, National Organizer for the ruling National Democratic Congress. Kofi Adams, Ewa saying, Campaign Coordinator for John Mahama 2016 campaign. Kofi, Bibi, come on.
Yami Adom.
NDC is still a formidable party.
Now, NDC is one of the strongest parties in this country. We are winning Ghana. We come Minchia, Oma, Omutia, and Ope, Omuswa, Omuke. Na mi we should be Afishapa.
I think committee.
Yato about 92, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, and 2016. That is 7 elections in the Fourth Republic. Yedim Kugo in 3 of such elections. Yedim Kunim in 4 of those elections. So NDC to me a party maybe either from a very strong party. Even the recent outing, so we hear the total votes that have been credited to us. Yenwie coalition na yugusu aye over 4 million votes. It's not a small number. And it's in your party with the agro, a strong party with more than 100 MPs in parliament. And your party with the agro.
I see. So, are you still reorganizing or more trying to compare 13-member committee, at the report beba and sign the way forward for the party?
No.
Set plan.
What is depending on what definition of reorganization? To reorganize for an election and to reorganize for existence. Yeah, party in penny for Yegusuka say party chairman woho, general secretary woho, treasurer woho, national organizer woho, women's organizer, youth organizer at national level, woho, regional level executives woho, constituency branches. Yenti there will be there or resigning the position since being elected. And unless or more maybe Yankupo Atusa Afrehu. So out of these processes, party no gusua all your meetings. And on Monday, our holiday, Ukwa Ashanti region, youth wing, no meeting. Ochina Central region organizers, your meeting. Volta region, your meetings. And the party, no, a show their party, no, and your party, party other. We have a responsibility. We have a rule to make sure that Yakotoaba, Yatoabe party fufuro ne flag bearer there, Oma meye mampini. Yami Adoma, meminda or bay, your best way no in. Oba inna. As party your opposition, your role and responsibility to play. Yen na yeba be ye watchdog. Yen ye ba be boa. Lema yen leader, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kaya no de. Yen boa hon. Enti ni a omo ka nyina ejuma President Mahama aye wo form. And make it adieno so easy to now achieve. Akwakoye today, before the arrival of maybe internet, name, mobile telephony, any computer, yedi dijumano. Now you either have to do longhand writing, now typewriter, channel type. Ene ya ye ama ya bra boni bibia in that sector no aye bit easier for us. That is what Ghana etene. Anamobia mampeni Mahama way 20. Ama the soft parts of Niawade Nipa Yeno Ababe a bit easier because we hear the concrete, the base, the foundation, and some are the soft ones in Ubetumaye. Now, Menkan there with two anamopa for those areas. So in Yakano is to put our hands, press the right buttons, and make sure that the right things are done. Now, yen in opposition, Ebabe making sure that Abaya obey. Ni over there, ni over there, ye kano, ye beka.
Okay.
Ama, ni over there, onoso ye no, waye.
All right. I see. You be heard Batim Club as a president-elect, a president. But, there's a honorable Afenyo Mark and so on. Just a late notice he's unable to be part of us until more let's say draw my attention. Honorable Afenyo Mark.
Matilda is being considered for deputy majority leader now, and deputy majority chief whip.
Oh, okay.
He's hustling it out with some others. Maybe some lobbying. I wish him well. He's a nice guy. He's a strong guy.
Okay, but Kofi, so after the exit of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who becomes the leader of the party?
By constitution, from the midnight of 6 January, well, he ceased to be the president. Nipa Obeba be leader of the party, any national chairman of the party. Until that time, yes, I'm to aba edi flag bearer. Yenya to aba yi flag bearer pe na flag bearer no assuming leadership of the party. So na yen party constitution eka.
Now, Nobs Ben as a president-elect, a president, Nafi, Yakwen. I say, what she said, Nobs be a good, wow, be president, 2017 and beyond. Nobs Ben, I was a president.
Onwa can Nobs are up there or press. Now, based on Nobs now, okay, they will press, you know, and I Ghana for you then, omode yino. So, Nipa, normally, man peni be you on there on one year jumano me enter enhami Today may come wasem na may come wasem just to make reference to other issues maybe ebinumuka in the past. For example, na ye wo Ghana ha no ye no as if there ade a eye bone kese a being see that to appoint a Mabel into Abainum. We forgot that obi today mampini Kufuor time now be a junior minister no e about 29 years. Now so edru late President Mills in the time any President Mahama on time almost ma young persons opportunity no akwa today na Ghana ha no nipa bi edibone. I never thought that a bedroom baby many years on MPP party bedin kunim ewo elections omubeye appointments no among the first list of appointments omubeye no yebenya even in Krofo omoye young 30 years 33 years and so on and so forth. I never thought na so omoye eichre will be.
Is it just about Mebuna or Kanwasmana? So the type or the class of Mebuna? That has been the argument probably of the New Patriotic Party. Say Bebu Biakeke.
Ubia Abra no was school. A combination of all tertiary institutions. We tu mabeyo mupin. Yetwaba eyino as leader of NUCS. Or here NUCS so. We win the first degree. We are passing ye other certificate courses. So. Now you are appointed as a deputy minister. Now we join the one yet. Who then one or much more qualified than that category of person.
Well, so for instance, Professor Ade raises about Evans Ere Kujeto, who goes to deal with professors because he's in charge, deputy minister in charge of tertiary education, going to meet certain class of people.
So Professor Ade Epaka neba. So woba bia maybe when you be then fan cry there if my man 30 years cry. I lower down honorable black one the age. Now pay the qualification obotuma tina ho na no professors in kita ho onye qualified there obey. Is that what he's saying? And that's the type of training na ode man crofo na omo go through na say e wo gimpa na the who training crofo on be wie university no they cannot interface with professors. Then that is dangerous for this country.
When you raise issues about caliber,
I want the memma me raise one wo me fie no. It doesn't matter on age. They should be able to interface with adults. Nya omo ye, nya omo kanu mpenifo be yes. Uhuru won say ye a mpenifo etna se didi. Ojin the identity na yen nananom kasa say. It means that you may be young, but we year what year in the university. You talk about you as SRC president, what can university council? SRC president.
It doesn't matter your age.
It doesn't matter your age. You interact with the professors at the highest decision-making body of the university. NUCS leadership take part at the decision-making level of various governmental structures. So Sakasano, in this modern time.
We talks about caliber.
I'm saying that. That's why I just asked you a question that Obia and he served his office creditably. Emma Handi over as NUCS leader is not qualified. Then who is more qualified? Is he the 30-year Napaga Suleiman Tia and more qualified and Obia no why NUCS president? And the fact that Nipano, that's not even the first attempt at being a minister and a deputy minister. Now, why a deputy minister for another sector? He has been a deputy minister for information and sana oko even to education. So he's gathered a lot of momentum, a lot of experience. 4 years in that position before moving to another secretarial position.
So
I'm surprised.
we will come to these names here, but
But the type of people that they say nyachuma echo through your politics. I believe that as we go, you better take note there. Say Crawford can among sema ya yentie ni na ye nya omokano na ye a time big.
It's not a question of a time, it's not a question of natural. What? Now the situation at the say ipe mebunu enya kwanya ewa manyo semu ewa oman no ebuo mu nimo nye babunu bi akeke. You comes on with all these news qualification and all those blah blah blah. Question is, are there now also say, especially the New Patriotic Party, raise alarm over almost all emebunu modi omo eye mujumedie. Some went beyond by saying arrogance, disrespect, baby all those things.
And then I may the summary of my presentation there. Say obi kasa next time huno there sa nipa no ompe omani yentina no yes. Because we hear the caliber of the young people you don't want to call Abenum under President Mills, under President Mahama. They should be much more qualified. The young persons you don't want to call and are equal. If not more qualified, then they will be equal. But I think that quite a lot of them are more qualified because they have occupied sensitive sensitive leadership position before Amoko Amen. So what can one say not ene the same thing. Then it means that there should be something. Either there's something wrong with you.
The appointing authority.
The appointing authority, and now there was something wrong with you then, and I wish I done away. These are the three possible things. Either where we are clueless, and who me away, and now wish I done away, just so to discredit a government and a party. So that out of that, a certain class of persons, omompe abaino, na akwakoma omatuaba in a certain way to inure to your benefit. Bening in anu ya traho, says ya nia hiano, any mia omukaye. Because me miti haye me expected me ba sorry na onya admission or Wesley Girls or furniture box ne tranka na oko Wesley Girls Street. Onkonko to Yakubu.
Get into those details. Probably.
Listen, point on me, it doesn't matter for me. Ghana foko into a post and omutuaba. Edima, Antinia, Obefa on there, Omono Munkra bag, so Omono Munyes or Mono. The only thing is that we will check on expenditure. So, because in Kofoya Ofa Muninai, at the end of the day, yen Sikana, yen ice water seller, or ton ice water, ye genoto. Nisika, ena yedi behwe sa nipa no. Nipa oton koliko kwanchen ye genu the tour. Eno ne hu sika ena yedi ba beto fuel ama sa nipa no free. Ya to phone units ama no free. Ya to edan ama no obetena mu free. Ya beto car osesa no de bia ama no. Obetu kwan akọ up and down. Ne nyina at the expense of ice water seller. Anania oton chain ewo street in China eto a ye genu no na ye de be hwe sa nipa no. That it is very important that you be check on expenditure. That would wait and see. Omu wi a ye be hu say e be ye 2001 de ni bibioma ye can about form a lean government. Na ye be wi no na the size of your government no na ye bigger than President Rawlings there ye criticize it so much no. Eno bi na ye be hu a.
Moja actually ye for the New Patriotic Party. Moja actually ye for the New Patriotic Party.
More than ye. Omahini enura yikura na Mampini Mahama na or inaugurate hospital facility ewo Legon first phase great edifice. Yeah. For cameras. Yeah. Great edifice like this. Ye ba ye no na bibisa anyhow. Infrastructure. Na anyhow say airport expansion so that ebe bie ama Ghana nkofo be then betuma down aba business activities dealings with Ghana and other countries. Yeja Kotoka International Airport, Tamale Airport, other regional ports. Where Takoradi Seaport, where Temadie, where rail line. Yeba na ye tutu railings no aton edi akoye coal port. Ene oko western region real no e den ye dwuma bio ye take over no na wonam kroma especially in Kranha na mbiambia bebre ha na yekura bia bia efre no kufo gallon ankofo nyansuo ennom ene himfa na wo be nante a wo be hu kufo gallon e won Kranha bio. We have solved the matter of water. Education na mo friend nam we share na no pa so make we share ni yoso me kwa anopa na so onko school through once ene hardly will you see that because your city schools are dying bebre to take care of all those things. In terms of energy situation na ye komu ana ye nya energy almost dum so no, that all have been clear. We hear the third quarter report from statistical service industry which was growing in negative because of such situation, it grew by positive more than 4.5%, from negative 5% to 4.5%. A true will be that a lot has happened. Omampeni Mahama, we two anamopa, wa yen shishe bebre, ojai ichipa. Ene, obeko parliament, as the law demands, to give the farewell State of the Nation address. I mean, sure that within the time, Obenyano, Obotuma can semi bebre, maybe ye for free, even as a political party. Me nyaye kranka onko even far back to from 2009 situation na ye wom to what we have today. Now, or report ma Ghana for for purposes of what record. Akwan bebre ena enye a yetumi ayeden etu ho anamo na minim de aban yi a wa ba yesu obeto aso but de ebinum tutu omoma efutu de abanja infrastructure na on pesca farmer ebinum na how I was surprised but he said no, he's speaking not as an economist but he's just speaking as a lawyer, maybe not a development person. With this kind of private persons. Now, for example, a coin of mobile so enye, and maybe data transmission platform or mobile ejumano enye, and a seaport, mobile fania mano ediaba, and now mobile fania or edinia mano beko through no enye, yimye ya, ebedena or mujumano akoso, and energy generation arrangements are yediato to hono, or munjai sa adi na. Now, Mumfasika Fammango for just to generate business. And now, Dr. Charles Rekubrobi the Akanwasem that any future plunging of this country into a doomsday situation must never Mayem Fasubo Embo NDC because on who the NDC are banned A2 and Amopa efa that sector. So they either continue the program. NDC are buying a year again because in future the business and CBOMA more fast work and farm more. Okay,
but one invitation to Independence Square integration as a party.
Main core office in the last 2 days into my name's invitation now. Tell you joint committees for the subcommittee for inauguration. Your Honorable Haruna Idrisu from the government side, any the president-elect on the side as well. So I'm sure there will be some collaboration there with the invitation. They should bring enough invitation and to appropriate sitting place, and we will be there to support.
So specifically, by 10 o'clock, if according to Shadow Bibiana Nekwema, the president outgoing last talk to Ghana for, then I heard him say, Obeda Ghana for us, say, Numa Power, still Ghana for so on Tranche, and Obeda Ghana for us, say, Baby Baba Messa, Baby Muntimasi, and Obeda Ghana for us. Now, what can do my whole why yet to already? What you go say, kind of a sermon to us? Yeah, the better.
And baby, a Ghana war. NDC, FFE, the bedru baby, a dear bedri, both under late President Mills, any President Mahama. They announced Nantipa. He took one back. And I'm proud of the role I play in the lives of the people. We cut down. There may be situations that yes, for the complaining in one area or the other. No correct. Nyamekura over to me obotuma kade adi wiase nyina nda a obi abeda no kran no wamfa dakro amfa anye ambo wiase anye adwuma ne nyina oye ya for a number of days. The 7th day, then he rested. So na possible there. Mampeni Mahama be wie adwuma ne nyina. Bebi wo ho a owie na nhihye da ho. Obebu ne nyina ho nkonta. Water dem a medical kai ye ba ye no na nkofo kura gallons no mo ne na ma mo hwe nsu a ene unhu bibisa. Healthcare ye ba ye ebi wo ho a mo ya na mo de mo cameras ne nam hospitals and nkofo ko wo a na mo da fom mbofra ya hu won na mo nya ene hospital na made yi kire wo Lagos no especially women and children special department women and children we call various other hospitals are UCC now. A lot of attention is paid to some areas, reach, and you added many more beds to the stock. Aviation industry. We know Presby, Presby also for us a Kurasi Airport, Kurasi Airport. At least in Uko Kotoka International Airport, Untumenkade a Kurasi Airport. A lot of facelifting. Terminal 3 project and also Ekosopa. Cargo section. Participation. Cargo section na export fresh cargo niya ekeka fresh vegetables niya aircon also and also ultra modern. What they call to an alternate large international airport say whether or ha enya you to direct flights no kura to Tamale and also ewo before the regional airports. Them are medical car, real project. So
the president talks about all this.
He will have to state all this in Myanmar. Why? Agriculture, investment in agriculture, infrastructure, mechanization support, tractor services, any accessories are aba into the system. Ibikura gusu or Mugusu or Modema, Abaya subsidizes machinery by 50%. So who are woko kwijumano otoa which are just 50% of it, and taking advantage of it. All of us, kwijuma, we've gone into it and then all that. So President Mahama Ituanamopa, and this year Bamba a salary structure now enya MPP negotiations. We implemented a single spine salary structure. Now my expectation is that so now nia ono so be the aka ama ya peja the status of workers in Ghana no ama asetena na ayi no so what we are looking after.
Okay,
teacher education, welfare and all those things so a great day for Ghana. I'm very proud of a Juma President Mahama Ebeye. Unfortunate that in terms of results at polls but that is what democracy is all about. Democracy allows for you even to make mistakes and correct. And only in a part of democracy. Ghana for are deciding whether their decision is good or bad. No posterity and a
okay, we'll wait for
Amaya mind Bebrea. There was situation sitting presidents and now prime ministers and the rest, my party say losing elections, I'm away from more back even bigger. So, there will be me as Kofi Adams will be some about the future of NDC and whether President Mahama should make a comeback. He is the biggest asset as a party, the most marketed, most respected, affable, will be able to unite all the forces.
I'm sure there are other people have also the potential to become flag bearers.
Oh, of course. There will be a potential. But I can tell you today, say, Oye Najo there on kwa, a better party, and many of us young people would mobilize against that.
Okay, so what, Webasa, you mobilize against that? Yeah. What will be your response, Honorable Kojuba? Honorable Kojuba writes, Kwabna, let Kofi Adams know that he is not campaigning. He should come to the realization that they are out of government, so he should assume that posture and start being as a responsible member in opposition.
But what is the responsible member in opposition about? the mayan kind one near Omukanda Mubaya doable. For example, near Mampeni Mahama, giving a constituency $1 million for me is even small. It's possible there will be even $2 million a year. Near foundation wale so omuto aso ye ni omo de omo ya free SHS abina aka de or be shase no it's possible for them to matter the SHS they don't pay omo pia September. Already government had announced initiative. Why postpone it to September? Implement it immediately. Why postponing it?
What problem with that?
I have a problem with that. Why postpone free SHS to September?
Say and she share
initiative. Say full one no na o kade o nia borders ni na mo ko achimota ne West Lagos no mo nyina beba beka ho e na wo be ye September dia. I can understand. But start with what is already there. Why suspend it and pushing it to September? A teacher for a motion one bo there are more allowances any bibia full restoration no. Munye, most contractor be a in 100 days. These are words that came out.
We'll play back those words, but of course,
so
until after Saturday, we are unable to hold Nanado and the MPP.
So I shall say there, or yeah, appointment.
Do you share what I say? The critique is what I say.
Omunim say Omun can take you over. And a Mampini Yeni Juma, almost why they Mampini Yeni Juma. Sometimes I'm surprised about the MPP for more this.
But the good intent could be misread as mischievous and probably setting challenges for the next administration.
How can it be setting challenges?
Yeah, probably that is so.
For example, Mati, Uncle complain, why appoint Auditor General? Why appoint Auditor General?
Why do you wait for last minute to appoint people?
Mami Misa Semon. I didn't need the work of Auditor General. Is it not to audit books? Na say Obia obe check with books. Wa open there one obe appointing nipa obe audit too. Se wunkura adwin bia enya. Why are you afraid of an auditor aban for appointed?
The NDC should rather be worried, not the MPP.
Why should the NDC be? Yeah, that's the thing. The NDC should be worried. I don't know why MPP should be worried that aban president are appointed.
Those auditor. Are sensitive positions, and when Timianya in your almost very serious moments.
I'm saying that go through process. Appointments go through process. President Mahama Netanyahu ended the midnight of Friday. Until Friday, Friday, he can appoint you into a position, and it's still valid.
Now
they call.
Okay, so Kofi Adams there, but be part of the conversation. Wrap it up. Baba Menka was tonight say honorable Afenyomark Bekayo na intermediate common, but unfortunately, BBN Timi Amanamba, BBS in the Quay, GDC Modi Bechano na Mosumatiasi. I want to say the Royal Lighting Investment as a also consider Lucky Heba for so as I say, when I say what Kwan strong. So Thomas said Ibrahim Watakwa, Yadase, amongst our loyal viewers, a lot of things that watch your. I'm sure say binya brena yakin kanye di ho eyen komo. And so as we wrap up, Mamenka will say after 9 ye betina say na fe we are all waiting for enkomo a etwa to okra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Edema Ghana adishare in Parliament ene anope is a live coverage extensive edebebro on Badwam extension. So inti yakado so no ye kwa kopem say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ebekasa or Badwam and the last State of the Nation address Nafe Bibia Etimi Akokama Ediama. And again on the 6th at Chinada Fiada Yashobo said the Ebekoso Badwam through imagining all through to Anopa President-elect Beswa Kofunem Nafe Waswai Ache Ghana this year the team po Nisusu Yeninano that coverage Ninano Yedi Ebro Ewan 0302 211-701 up to 4 Indian Common Nafi PGM 0302 211-701 up to 4 Nafi also Odewa Drenche Edia Brian. Alaji writes a lot. I think the NDC should go back to Alaji's Alhaj na Muntimi and Kinkai Diewom. So you are bringing your mama back 2020?
On any our best material, but it depends on or not, because first and foremost, one person must accept to do it. But Okade on yeah, he would have done on obey a better party.
Okay. 2 p.m. Good morning.
Good morning.
Apom ti saying.
Oh my, who said Kumasi Bruno Babu Yamene Dabaya? And Ebenezer the radio, the other. I'm a champion national organizer. Kofi Adom. My boss, Obama born, the couple par, no one can say 2 p.m. Deputy youth organizer. And I make a say now. Oh my. Chair seven na Kofi me organizer akani nyina na yebesere say you say free the ecosystem in there you say JM president and from 7 focus there na do dan kwa Akufo-Addo and president then na me organizer Kofi Adam take na ye opa the nyuma bebrebe Akufo say oba obey within 100 days e dey there ye say be obey bibia e dey e wo trim e dey say na do dan kwa Akufo-Addo the budget be now buy was so be no baby within 100 days now.
Okay.
Yes, and another one yeah. O my dey be to keep on saying.
All right. Yeah, that's it. All right. Kofi, but probably wrap up on this comment by Professor Adai, an interview granted Joy FM, will say, but for the last 2 utterances of the president, he has been very unpresidential in his utterances. And the exit of President John Dramani Mahama has brought sanity on the airwaves. These are 2 critical statements that he's made. But Yen Konyene Kennedy in Kasemwe. Hi Ken, good morning. Apom saying.
Fine morning.
Patrick to you, Kennedy. Unfortunately, Kennedy, what do you understand by that?
Sorry to say that Professor Sem Kanu created a foul atmosphere. Serious to say. Created a very foul atmosphere. Now, you expected that you penny for no Omubeka Sasa. A biwa, yes, one penny now, oti, baby, now, Kasa, would you in there, Unkwan, Kwana Yansa go, team. Yes, sir. Anansi ana
Otam wisdom pot or the
Otam wisdom pot there or the kwakusi because wasisa nyansa ne ina egum na no in there aka bakope a wonfa ekwan a obefa so edi nyansa no the kwakusi wo esoro ho a oye dey na wonfa no anka ho na or the pot na the fa the nim yefu so na all through this instead then ka or the beboni.
Yeah.
That is why the professor is trying to behave. That's the way the professor is trying to behave. Menkasa Bibian fa.
Honorable Enin Ewo Boase, or say, oh my good morning. Kofi Adams is wrong in saying that the new Auditor General is appointed to look into MPP government books. It is their books he will look into first. That's why they quickly appointed him.
Is he not going to look into their books?
It won't wash.
Is he not going to look? Is he not going to look into the
That's what I'm waiting also the way they are.
No, is the Auditor General no or here the last this year. Yeah. The next ones now over here, no one books now, no over here. Is the Auditor General appointed to look only into 2016 books?
All the books.
Oh, here 2016 now, on here 2017 books are.
I see.
On here 2018 books are.
Ashaven.
On here 2019 books are.
Ashaven, good morning.
Good morning. Am I in a conference?
Yeah. Welcome to say.
Well, now don't start to me boss and say no what she no say my what do manina.
No.
Said Masha. Na na me say the ya unzi ato abana wi. Aduma wa bo no unzi say asi dun katia nkokwa akwaje na home. Kai de o Ghana ni this phone ke be sense ka asi dun katia friwa. Kasa position no kai mu bi pa ya ni be so be hodu am pa just general secretary.
Okay, in this place Kofi Adams now can ask him come pick up the general secretary position.
Because you say Aduma wa ye na pura ni nta. Community. General you on strana the study as you to na back.
My goodness.
Okay.
It's you.
Kofi Adams the boy about what my pastor on call. Mama chabla na o mahini and me boss akano. And the president mama obabunu pia nkonkofе no. Baby obechi Ghana 3 years. Any baby or the Ghana kwa kudru because ye nuanum bi die ni momo the man kwanko hair panty natina bino o metum futu agum me asha me kwa me se me hwa record because the animal ba beji power o ma ba zamu promises no 1 million one village 111 o mo ba no man tima anya pe o bon so o meta no ma chija kenzi president mama say ono ne ba ya wase ma so papa we enehwe dum so ni ho and the project ahudu me boss Kofi Adom so kan the same thing abuna afwa etimi emi nwa pa asa Ghana for timi to abati amawe na me da Akufo-Addo the promise now kind adetin adesanda bi ebe kind.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Asha, you chat to I know Kasana Fia wrap up for studio. Good morning. Apom to say. Hello, good morning. Apom to say.
Oh, nyakopɔ adomayo.
Great.
Nyame ka no sɛ asɛm a yɛnua Kofi Adom ɛka no ade a yɛhu sɛ ɔmo suro paa nti ɔmo fɔnte auditor general no ɛyɛ ɔmo books obɛdi ka ahwɛ nisa na naado books no no deɛ ne deɛ ka ho yim sɛ ɔbɛhwɛ but yɛwɔ gyidie sɛ mfomsoɔ biara ɛmma ɔmo bɛyɛ biribiara kamakama na ɔmo suro ɔmo gye nti na ɔmo ɛdi ka apɔnte sɛ ɔmo ɛkorakora nneɛma so ma wɔn nti abrafa na nakɔkora me abra me kasa Peter abre me jamuka.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Kenya say
the auditor general enyo no na prepare books so. Books na ya prepare no ena no ye den ohwe so se bibia se enye correct a ontumi correct na ma wo. Ni a wo be ka ne de books na me hwe ye no. Wo fa na wo fa na wo a insisi so. So senkofo ni mi a auditor auditor ntumi prepare books in the mouth. What prepare what accounts? Why you be be a
but me we no
yes so insisu and no the insisu on to me prepare account for from mouth because enyo no na all signing account no so synchrophone ima omun what it is that
in the next 4 years under the leadership of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, how do you see Ghana?
Oh, of course my expectation the Ghana because so akonenim but more doubts enunti na man support in the time original for elections na President Mahama no hear me choice because na minim there Ghana will be safer and can move faster under President Mahama than so Ghana for decide otherwise so yen there you with bated breath ya okay there obey no will start marking first 100 days you be hu ni ebesi nya ono aka ye because on the matter of yentie excuse bia because whether it is on economy or near statistical service for the ba na ye ka ho asem kra no according to them no na enye no kra eye west asai kra na omukro omu figures omu si sa na eti so they cannot come and use economy as an excuse because time na omu ka all those issues no now according to them no omu ni mia e wo ho but near make Canada near statistical service for the buy no
right
any no kre edaho
okay
now so mudi hu achinje there western so ene into me for the economy as a basis for any excuse so me expecting ya omo kan de omo beye no ebeba so one district one factory one village one dam free SHS wo ko Achimota wo ko Wesley Gesa untu Yakobo obi a obe university polytechnic ni bibia obenye dwuma ye after our service
it's too early to put in
and I said well there kaka
you're the list of all the promises
and then Yesu Kristo kai o ka kire ne the service there immediately omo move na asem no omo ncha ase de omo ye den omo ka na entranko so omo kote da ya kan ne ye nya professor na sofo ne nya omo nam every part of the world omo shenko
Kofi, I wish you well, but the call for you to come back as general secretary of the party is on.
Oh no
and then the promise that you want to bring John Mahama back 2020 so we are watching It's on.
I know you're more on than your general secretary. Coming for general secretary.
Okay, all right.
I know you're more on.
Sankofa tete dan so sure chow. Obutu baby no so hebi. And that's it. Okay, so we don't mind about something. The promise is that after 9 o'clock we are back again to wait for His Excellency, outgoing President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, on a nkoma a chatwa crowd mashibim on a bedin komo. Ye jelis ebesham ebede. It will be very encouraging and it will be very, very romantic and a parliament. To stay tuned, you're beginning natural. And again, if you are down so the ever cost for Mashibijum throughout from 9 p.m. through I'm actually in a ABC Anopa, maybe Danopa, inaugurated President-elect Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. the San sharing and this is from Nanaya Brefo Enko Ma Aye Odofo be Nanaya Brefo say Yemfa Emma Wakwanstro Kusukra is happy birthday message. Abna Sewa Ophelia. Abna Sewa Ophelia, happy birthday and come on. And again, Global Arena of Liberty. More bogoso. Surprisingly, more share too much. So for paying us for my anofori.
My choice of speaker, Freddie Blee.
Freddie Blee. Ononape. Freddie Blee. Ononape. Freddie Blee. Ononape. Onapo. Okay, that was your message.